Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, where we are still in Orchis Tower and climbing up to, defeat the president and all that. And we reached now level 30, where we, I think, meet his computer. Is this the right place? Yes, I believe a control terminal Chief Robert spoke of is just over there. We should waste no time releasing the restrictions on the Orbal network. Ooh, we can't be done with the scrap soon enough. Agreed. I just hope this leads us to Kia and the president's whereabouts. Okay, I've confirmed that the upper area has been reconnected to the Orbal network. I should be able to provide you all with backup now. Can you also disable the security placed on the main elevator? Yes, but it's going to take some time. I try to get it done. That aside, according to the data, neither President Croix nor Kia are on the first 20 floors. There's no shortage of defense force members and Orchis Tower personnel in disarray, though. That concerns that. Nothing we didn't already expect. The real question is all the floors from the 31st up. Chief Roberts, can you figure out who's on the upper levels? Let me see. My, there seem to be quite a lot of people on the 36th floor. Boy, I have no way of knowing who they are exactly. The 36th floor is where the waiting rooms for trade conferences guests were located. Do you think we find President Croix, Kia and the others there? Yeah, I'm willing to bet on it. Upper stratum lock status confirmed. We can head directly to the 36th floor via the emergency stairs. Then let's get a move on. We'll be counting on you to provide us with support, Chief Roberts. Of course. While you search the upper areas, I'll get to disabling the security system on the main elevator. So... Floor 31st, 32nd, 33rd, 34th, 36th, 6th, and let's go. Here we are. Chief Robert said there were a lot of people on this floor, but where are they? Could it be? Vice Commissioner? What are you doing here? I should be the one asking that. I came here to meet with the Secretary of Defense and voice my objections to last night's declaration of martial law. After which I was promptly restrained and brought to this floor. That would explain it. Color me surprised. I had you pegged as a total brown-noser. This is an unexpected development. Aeon system now detecting backbone. Just what are you trying to say? Enough about me. You do realize you're all wanted by the defense force, don't you? What in the goddess name are you doing here? It's a bit of a long story. Excuse me, but aren't you a part of the IBC's technology department? Yes, my name is David. I'm one of the researchers there. Or I was, until Lady Mariabel announced that our department was being dissolved yesterday. My partner had already left too. Next thing I knew, I was whisked to this floor, dazed and confused. Maybe this will go smoothly if we share what we know with each other first? So, that's what's going on. The situation has been deteriorating rapidly since the declaration of invalidity. How did it come to this? It feels like we're in a horrible dream we can't wake up from. Still, it's good to hear that Clay is giving Chief Roberts a hand out there. It would explain how sophisticated the attempted hacking the tower have gotten these past couple days. I have a question, Vice Commissioner. Are any of the President's collaborators present on this floor? About that. None of them are here. Not the President, Maria Bell, the Secretary of Defense, even the Jägers are stationed elsewhere. I'm sorry to tell you, but the girl you've been looking after is nowhere on this floor either. I was afraid you'd say that. If not here, what floor could they be on? We may have to rely on Chief Roberts to get us that information. He is surveying the upper levels as we speak. In that case, let's take the opportunity to scope out who else is on this floor. Someone here might have some valuable info for us. Yeah, asking out is the best we can do right now. Can we expect you to keep this area secure for us, Vice Commissioner? Absolutely. Consider it taken care of. Just take care of yourselves too, got it? Don't do anything too reckless out there. After all, if you were caught here, your efforts up to this point would all be for naught. Understood. We'll bear that in mind. The rest of the staff and I have been here since the President declared martial law. Come to think of it, I saw this odd-looking girl with the President. Something about her seemed almost mystical somehow. I think I even heard some people refer to her as the Divine Child. And the speaker declared our independence valid. It filled all of us working in the tower with a sense of dread. Still, I never could have imagined this would result. And I can't even hazard a guess at what might happen next. The President and his cronies aren't on this floor, but some of the others may know something useful. I keep watch over things around here. In the meantime, you go on and return to your investigation. Just don't do anything too reckless, alright? I decided to stay with the technology department because I believed in Lady Maria Bell. Clay felt differently. He didn't think he could trust her, so he bailed. We sort of got in a fight over it. But it turns out Clay was right all along. Evidently the President has been making use of some rather dubious help, and I don't mean the new defense force. I saw a juvenile delinquent and the Jägers who attacked the city in the tower earlier. They couldn't have looked more out of place. I'm not one to ask questions, but I did have my reservations about them. In retrospect, the warning signs were everywhere. Martial law was only declared last night, but everyone in the tower is already at the end of a rope. No one knows what will happen next. It's only natural everyone is anxious. I'm hoping the situation gets resolved quickly, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. We're doing what we can to look after the people trapped in the tower. One of them is a little girl over in the East Wing. I feel just awful that she got caught up in all this. That will probably be Shizuku. We completely lost contact with the rest of the city once martial law was declared. Even our terminals were cut off from the Orbal network. It's just terrible. That's been taken care of already. Miss McDowell? Lanfei, thank goodness you're okay. Are all of the IBC staff gathered here? That's right, on Miss Croyce's instructions. Things have become so dire in the city, I just wish I knew what the President and Miss Croyce are trying to accomplish. I understand your concern, but I think the best thing you can do is to stay here for now. We'll handle this. Alright, good luck to you then. That man with him, I'd know him anywhere. There's little doubt, my man, if President Croyce is in bed with the Red Constellation Jäger Corps. They were the ones who destroyed the IBC building, yet they've been walking around here like they own the place. Knowing that, I can't bring myself to keep trusting him. Not anymore. It only makes sense for the security department to need at least some knowledge of a building's layout and shift patterns to do the job right. But ever since we transferred to Orchis Tower, I've had a hunch that there have been a lot more skeletons getting stuffed into closets than usual. So I just wonder what were Miss Mariabel and President Croix doing here? Elevators are not yet active. Oh! Kia. Father. Why? Shizuku. Huh? Thank goodness you're okay. You were brought to Orchis Tower too, Shizuku? Gotta say, I kinda expected your old man to stow you away from all this, not smack dab in it. But whatever. Glad you're safe and sound, kiddo. Lloyd, Randy, Ellie, Theo, too. It's really you. I finally get to see what your faces look like. Wait, see? Shizuku... Has your vision returned? It has. Thanks to Kia. She used whatever strange power she has to reconnect the nerves in my eyes. Everything has been coming back. Not just light, colors and shapes too. That's incredible. So this is one of her miracles, huh? Man, who cares how it happened? This calls for a celebration. Yeah, I'm proud that Kia would help a friend like this. She's got a good heart. It's true. I don't think I'll ever be able to thank her enough. But... Shizuku? What's wrong? Kia was trying to smile through it, but I could tell how much she was hurting. She kept saying she had to do this, but it was like she was trying to talk herself into it, not me. I know what deep down she doesn't want to be helping Mr. Croix, or any of them. Or she really wants to go home with you, Lloyd. Damn. Why is Kia doing this? And why is Father? Shizuku. Thank you, Shizuku, for caring so much about Kia. It must have been difficult, being all by yourself up here. We're here to take Kia back, Shizuku. Do you know where she, Arias, and the others are right now? No, I'm sorry. Nobody told me anything. I haven't seen Kia since yesterday. But Father did tell me to give you something if I saw you, Lloyd. Huh? McLean left something. A package? Father said you should have felt inside, Lloyd. Please, open it. Sure. No way. Guy used these. There's no mistaking it. These are Guy's tonfas. The same ones that disappeared from the crime scene, never to be found. And those nicks from a sword? Doesn't that all but confirm who killed Lloyd's brother? Lloyd. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Lloyd. What my father did was unforgivable. It's okay, Shizuku. There's no reason for you to feel responsible. Besides, I'm not fully convinced that Arius is the one that killed my brother. I think there's still a part of the story he's not telling us. What? How do you figure? The cuts on his tonfas do indicate that the two of them were locked in a fierce battle. Based on the number of scratches alone, I'd say that my brother put up a decent fight against the Divine Blade of Wind. But don't forget, the cause of Guy's death was a bullet to the back. Is that what you're getting at, Bannings? Exactly. Then that means... There's a letter too. Is it alright if I read it now, Shizuku? Okay. Lloyd, allow me this opportunity to return to you that I should have a long time ago. With this, I have nothing left to show. Whatever conclusions you draw are yours to make. What I will tell you is that the White Ion is using the bell's resonance to control the magic golems in the city. Should you manage to defeat the White Ion, all should fall silent in turn. That last part? He means the same White Ion we saw through the portal thing back at Mishalam, yeah? One that gorged guerrilla photos of a map like a scoop of ice cream? Yes, but it should not be capable of using spatial annihilation anymore. Regardless, just what is McLean playing at by telling us this? Received 0 breaker. What now? Lloyd, they almost look like we were meant to have them. Yeah, it's almost strange how familiar they feel. Thank you for holding on to these, Shizuku. The SSS will take things from here. We're going to bring Kia back. Arius too. Alright. I can tell that things have been weighing on Father for a long time. What happened to Mother? What happened to me? So much has been on his mind that when he realized what he was doing, it was already too late. And now? It's going to be okay. I believe in my heart that Arius isn't past the point of no return. Trust us, we're going to bring your father back home. On the honor of the SSS, we promise you that. But not before we give a man a good spanking or two for leaving his only daughter in tears. Agreed. We will drag him back here on a leash if that's what it takes. Okay. It'll be tough for us to retrieve McLean if we can't even locate him. We're going to have to figure out where the president and his collaborators have run off to. Kia's not here either. Yeah. The fact that Arius left us that message might mean that he isn't... Whoop! I put it up on speaker. Hey Lloyd and crew! I finally managed to disable the security on the elevator. You did? That's perfect, now we can... Hold on there. The thing is, there's hardly anybody left on the other floors. Or at least that's the impression I'm getting from my search. That's not good. Oh, come on. Then where the hell are Kia and the others? Well, let it pick up one lead. There's someone on the roof of Orchis Tower right this second. And they have that White Ion with them. Can the elevator get us there now? Yes, I've already released the lock, so just go ahead and use it. Make sure you're ready for anything before you head up. Acknowledged. Thanks. Talk to you soon. It could be that professor from the society, or maybe... No, I don't know for sure. If we want to find out, we're gonna have to go and see for ourselves. The elevator nearby should just bring us straight there. We can also return to the first floor if we need to make any preparations. Right. I can tell that things have been waiting on fire for a long time. Bring him back to his senses, okay. For every wave of those things they defeat, or for every wave, yeah, so still the same. Just want to check if a dialogue changed. Hello? Thank goodness you're all okay. This is Merkaba Unit 9, patching in. Friend! I presume you have successfully infiltrated the tower. How's the operation progressing? We're nearly at the top, actually. We fill you in on what we know. The SS briefed the crew on the bridge of a Merkaba about the current situation. I see. And the final hours drawing near. Heads up, that white iron on the roof put up some kind of barrier with a 100 arch radius. So don't expect us to get close enough to provide you with any cover fire, got it? Alright, understood. Sounds like we're going to have to dismantle that thing on our own. On a related note, the other two ions are already taken care of. One by Father Kevin's Merkaba and the other by Estelle and her crew. They've been working wonders for us. Really? That's welcome news. That's what I'm talking about. Glad we're out there taking dubs. More importantly, you guys had better come back here alive. Ideas be with you. And whatever you do, please be careful. We will. Roger that. But Kevin also questioned it? Maybe the head-on approach wasn't such a genius idea after all. You reap what you sow. This is what happens when you fully release your stigma in the real world. If Ufrina were here, she'd be dragging you back to Ateria by your ear for being so reckless. Right, can't imagine the boss lady is gonna be too pleased with me either. And my paycheck's gonna take a real dive now that I totaled the Merkaba. Hell, I'll be lucky she doesn't fire me if I can't get it working again. I mean, the only thing they truly need is the engine, right? But hey, if it happened, I could start all over from the bottom as a squire again. Then maybe someday I'll be backing you up and you can boss me around. You told. Hey. Thank goodness you're safe. I was so worried. I'm still so far from realizing the world my sister dreamed of. And yet, you go ahead and... How could you be so reckless? You nearly... Reese. I know there's still so much more we need to do. This ain't the first time you had to chew me out. Probably won't be the last either, but... That's why I need you here. So no matter how tough it going gets, will you stay by my side anyway? Of course I will. As if I could ever leave a fool like you all by yourself. Patamata is destroyed too. Patamata, please tell me you're okay. I know you're in a lot of pain, but this is nothing Gramps can't fix. You'll be as good as new in no time. No, don't say that. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Ren. He sustained critical damage to his logic unit. And as you know, there's no backup system for Gordia's class archaisms. Patamata? It'll be alright. We'll fix you, Will. Goodbye. The same day, 12 p.m. Well, well, I wasn't expecting our uninvited guests to make it all the way to the top. Uncle! Dieter! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's been too long. But I regret to say that I don't recall making lunch plans with you today. Are you certain you have a date and time correct? I'm sure I could pencil you in for another day. Our apologies for barging in without an appointment. But this isn't exactly something we can take a rain check on. We have much to address. Your baseless declaration of independence, the magic golems you unleashed on the city. But why don't you save us some time and hand Kido over first? I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. What? I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding. Kia is not being coerced into cooperating with our collective. As you know, Crossbill finds itself on a precarious position, beleaguered by threats on every side. That is her reason for working with us. Kia is protecting Crossbill of her own free will. Is that what you believe? You say that if you didn't put her up to it, as if you haven't orchestrated everything. You were behind the Red Constellation's actions. You ordered the raid on Crossbill to stoke the people's desire for independence. And you were the one who had the IBC freeze Imperial and Republican assets, placing our state in even greater danger. Whatever your justifications are, it doesn't absolve you of what you've done. In the end, you thrust the burden of protecting everyone onto Kia. How could she possibly refuse? Would have thought behind your pressed suit and pearly whites was a lying son of a bitch. You're no president of ours, Dieter. But even so, I have one thing to ask. Is this the justice you spoke of all that time ago? Yes. Yes, it is. Politics is a far dirtier game than the pretty words would have you believe. In fact, what I've done pales in comparison to the atrocities of our neighbors. I trust you are aware of the tragedy that transpired prior to the Empire's invasion of Libel 12 years ago. Or the democratic revolution of the Republic, a road paved with spilled blood and stolen lives. What are you getting at? How can you imply that what you're doing now is in any way justified because of the past? Justification is not something one is entitled to. It's earned, wrestled by one's own power and will. You see, I was never fully invested in the Croix family's mission despite inheriting a position of patriarch. Truth be told, Belle has dedicated herself to it much more than I have. However, once I saw the light, once I realized my ancestors' quest to create a Septarion was more than mere fantasy, I rejoiced. At that moment I was filled with gratitude for having been born into the Croix family. Through my lineage, I had in my reach the power to ensure this era of continental upheaval would bring justice to the land. Justice. You can't be serious. Are you trying to tell us this hasn't been for your ego? For your desire to control everything? How can you possibly stand there and claim that this was all for the sake of what you call justice? What other reason is there? The IBC has been the largest asset holder on the continent for 10 years. I have no need for wealth. You think I aspire to rule the continent? Please, I'm not a bloodthirsty conqueror from the Dark Ages. It's simple. I could no longer stand the status quo. As the continent is trapped within the framework of nations, pointless conflict is inevitable. The establishment of a sovereign state was never my true goal. As such, Speaker McDowell's declaration of invalidity means nothing to me. All that matters is that my ideal of justice be realized in every corner of civilization. That my justice be the order that leads this world to peace. That sounds a bit crazy, buddy. This is ludicrous. You really believe that? Damn, I knew you were nuts, but I didn't know you'd gone this far off the rails. Yes, but bringing his delusions of justice into being is no longer an impossibility. You're right. If anyone can make this madness reality, it would be Kia, the Septarion of Zero. Such a power goes beyond the conventions of politics, to say nothing of moral integrity. Dieter Croix. I'll give credit where it's due. The SSS has benefited time and again from your help. But I realize now that you put too much stock into your perverted conception of what's just. We have a special support section. At the end of the day, we're members of a cross-belt police department. That means we have a duty to uphold the law, a duty to serve our citizens as shining examples of justice. But things aren't always so black and white. I won't deny that we have had our fair share of missteps. Obviously, there's no indisputable answer to how public order and safety should be maintained. True, one's stance on justice can vary drastically on their perspective in life. We may make mistakes from time to time, but even so, we will chase after our ideal of justice. You said as much yourself, Mr. Croix. How does it feel having your own speech turned against you? Hard to believe you're the same guy who made it. The pursuit of righteousness is indeed a noble one. That's to say, when one lacks the power or will to carry it out. Consider the opposite. Having both the might and resolve to exercise justice, yet refusing to do so. What else could you call that but negligence? You're wrong. Justice has no set definition. It evolves and grows with each and every person. The pursuit of it is something that holds value for everyone, man, woman, or child. What you're trying to do is homogenize, to force your blanket perception of justice on the rest of the world. How can you possibly construe that as right? Is this really what justice is to you? I'm the one who unshackled the fetters on Crossbelt's political system. It's through me that any reforms are possible at all. You would dare spit on the fruits of my labors? That's a different matter entirely. We have no intention of denying your accomplishment. It's as Lloyd said, you've helped us time and again. But that's all the more reason for us to be here. If anyone is going to bring you to your senses, it should be us. I once respected you. I even regarded you as family, and now I'm going to make you see the error of your ways. Very well.